Hello and welcome back to the Groundbreaker International YouTube channel. It is good to be back with you here once again as always. Today we're going to be talking about the Hebrew word for earth. It's the word eretz, and it's going to be really a deep dive study into this word. You're not going to want to miss it, and it starts right now. So the Hebrew word for the word earth is the word eretz. And this word is made up of three letters, the aleph, the resh, and the tzadi. And the meaning of eretz does mean the earth, but it probably comes from an unused root meaning to be firm, something solid or something firm. Now, let's go through each of these letters and break down the symbolic nature of this word earth to get the true meaning of what God is saying through His word about what we're standing on right now, the earth. We have the aleph, the resh, and the tzadi that makes up this word eretz. And the aleph, remember through our other studies that the aleph can be seen as a sign of power or strength. The original pictograph was an ox, and it meant strength or power. But remember how each of these three letters that make up the aleph, the two yods and the vav, add up to the number 26, which gives us the number of God, yod he vav he, Yehovah. It's the same numerical value. So we can see this as an all-powerful God. This symbology of this letter means all-powerful God, the Creator, the first and the last, and everything in between. So aleph, we see it as God. The word, or the letter resh is the head or chiefest of things. Now the resh is a picture of a back of someone's head, and so it means the head or chiefest of things, or the first of something. And then we have the letter tzadi. So the tzadi in this case is in the sophit form or the ending form. It's one of the 5 Hebrew letters that has an ending form. When it comes at an end of a word, it has a different form than if it were to come in the middle or the beginning of a word. And so the tzadi is in the final form here, and the tzadi means righteousness. But now the final form reaches lower than any other letter of the Hebrew alphabet. When it comes at the end of a word, that letter tzadi there, it reaches down to the lowest level. And the idea is that true righteousness reaches down to the lowest people in need. When you put this word in the word eretz and you begin to get the picture unfolding here, here's one meaning of what earth means, or eretz, how it fits into the plan of God. The Godhead reaches down to those in need. Say that again. The aleph, the God, the resh, head, the Godhead reaches down, tzadi, to those who are in need. This is a picture of earth. The Almighty Creator of the world comes down to help His creation and brings righteousness. Our righteousness is but filthy rags, Paul said. But Christ came down as all God, wrapped Himself in flesh to become all man as well, and brought true righteousness to all who want it. See, it fits in with the plan of salvation. True righteousness. We are in need. That letter tzadi there at the end of earth, God knew from the beginning of time when He formed the earth, when He took that formless earth and He began to reform it, He knew that we were going to be standing on solid ground, and Jesus is the solid rock. He is our true righteousness. And so as we're standing on the solid eretz in the natural, Jesus Christ is the solid eretz. He is the solid, the firmness that we stand on, the solid rock, the cornerstone. And only He could come down in godly form, wrap Himself in flesh as the Word of God. And now we can have true righteousness because our righteousness is filthy rags. And we could not do it in and of ourselves. We were in need, and we still are in need. The only one who can cover us is the true righteous one, the true tzadi. Tzadi is a picture The original pictograph was of a hook or a snare, and it meant capture or snare. But it was kind of a paradoxical letter in that it could also mean righteousness. Sin lies at the door in wait, but we must become its master. This is what it says in the book of Genesis. Whenever God was speaking to Cain, he was giving us a warning that sin lies at the door waiting, but we must become its master. Well, the true master over sin was Jesus Christ. And what did he do? He became a humble servant on the eretz, on the earth, so that we could have everlasting life. See, Jesus, Yeshua, did not have to do that, but he wanted to do that. The Godhead came down to bring righteousness to those who were truly in need. Isn't that absolutely beautiful today? The way that the Hebrew language works and connects all of that together. Now, the Gematria of the letter, the word eretz, is 291. So when you add up the aleph, the resh, and the tzadi, the aleph is 1, the resh is 200, and the tzadi equals 90 in Hebrew Gematria. That's the numerical value of each of these. So you get 291. So this is a picture of the number 291. You have 200, you have 90, and you have 1. Here's what each of those numbers mean and how they fit together. 200 is the 2 brought to perfection. So the 2 is the letter beit in Hebrew, and the beit is a picture of a tent. And the beit means habitation. So you have habitation brought to perfection because 100 means perfection. So you have habitation brought to perfection. And so the earth is habitation brought to perfection. This is what's interesting about that. God created the beit, the heavens and the earth. He didn't create one realm, he created two. In Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, Elohim, he created, bara, et heavens, et earth, et shamayim, et eretz. He created a duality of realms, the heavens and the earth. And he created them with perfection. And so eretz was made with perfection. It was a duality of realms. It was a habitation brought to perfection. Because when God created the earth and everything in it, he saw that it was tov. It was good. All right? So it's interesting there that 200 is the beit brought to perfection. God created both and saw that it was good. Earth perfected through the righteousness of God is the way that we could see this. 200, earth perfected 90 through the righteousness, 1 of Elohim. Earth was perfected through the righteousness of God. Through Jesus Christ, through the Word of God, through the righteousness of Him, the earth was created and it was perfect at that point in time before the fall of man. Now, it's also interesting to note that the resh is a picture of poverty or having completely nothing. Now, the resh is said to be worse off than the letter dalet, which looks very similar to the resh, just a small difference, but it also means impoverished or in need. But the resh is said to be completely away from God. It's a picture of someone that is completely godless, completely has nothing. The dalet says has something, but not much of anything. But the resh is completely empty, has nothing. So the number 200 there could also be seen, the resh, as having completely nothing. And the word rasha begins with the letter resh, and rasha means completely evil, a completely, absolutely wicked, evil person. In Genesis 6:5 it says, "Then the Lord saw the wickedness of man was great in the eretz, earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." See, God knew what was going to happen. Even when He created the eretz, and He knew the plan when He formed the earth, that man was going to be created and that we would become completely separated from God, completely evil. And God looked down upon the earth and saw that nothing but evil was in the heart of man. But yet he did it anyway because he had a plan. The tzaddik, the one who would bring true righteousness onto the earth, would come and cover the unrighteousness of those that he created and they fell away from him. God had a plan all along to make the imperfect perfect, to make the 200, to make just a habitation, a place of perfect habitation. Now here's what's interesting. 2 Peter 3:13. Remember, at the end of time, this earth, this heavens and earth are going to pass away. The old heaven and the old earth are going to pass away, and there's going to be a new heaven and new earth descend. In 2 Peter 3:13, it says this, watch this. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise. What is his promise? His promise is the new heavens and the new earth. According to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwells. There it is, the eretz, the word in Hebrew, all tied together in the plan of God. The plan is that this earth is already fallen. This earth is already bound for destruction. This eretz is already bound for destruction. And the people on it are already bound for hell. But there was a God that came out of heaven, part of the Godhead, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, came out of heaven, wrapped himself in fleshly form, became the righteousness of God on the earth to bring perfection once again. And the end plan is that we are perfected through the righteousness of Yeshua. And eventually, the old heavens and earth will pass away, and the perfected realm, the perfected dwelling place, the perfected habitation will descend. And that's the heavenly hope that we have, the great hope that we have through Yeshua, Jesus Christ. And that, my friends, is what earth really means. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell so you know when new content arrives. Also, be sure to check out our website, gbreaker.org, for all things Groundbreaker International. We've got a brand new shop on there with all kinds of books, resources coming available, and apparel as well, all kinds of things. You need to check out the gbreaker.org shop. And if God leads you to sow into this ministry, you can do that as well on Groundbreaker International's website. It's always really good to be here with you. I really pray that you enjoyed this video today. And I want to say this, until next time, God bless you, God bless your family, and we will see you all again real soon. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that notification bell so you can receive updates for when new content arrives. Also, be sure to visit our website at gbreaker.org. From there, you can learn more about Groundbreaker International, and if the Lord leads you to do so, you can sow a financial seed of blessing. Now, I would like to invite you to check out one of these other videos from Groundbreaker International's YouTube channel. Until next time, God bless.